Let's take a look at the bells. I think I want to add a touch of warmth. Light cadmium yellow I'm going to add. Polychromos, just a light touch of yellow. And here I have a Luminance Sepia. And be patient, try to be patient and enjoy every pencil stroke. That is so important, that you enjoy the feeling of the pencils, the way the pigment behaves when it hits the paper. Enjoy everything. Cross-hatching always helps to get more pigment on the paper and let the paper take more pigment. There's a little bit of smudging here. Maybe I want to clear that up, maybe not. If I want to clean that up, that is no problem. The electrical eraser will do the job. So, well, we're slowly getting there. Let's move over to these two leaves. I think here it will be much darker. And I will add a little bit of red later on. This is Prismacolor, dark green. And with Prismacolor I'm always a bit careful because I have found that the Prismacolor tends to seal the paper. And then after I used it, it becomes more difficult for other pencil brands to layer on top of it. So I keep a light touch. And here I have Polychromos, Chromium Green Opaque. Yeah, I decided to go for a different approach when it comes to the highlights on these leaves. I think I will use my electrical eraser to create highlights. If you are looking for a Christmas present that is not very expensive, but gives a lot of joy, then go for the electrical eraser. I had no idea it was such a good device. And if this one may break down one day, I will buy another one immediately. Okay, let's go for a middle cadmium red. I'm going to add a little bit of shading. And a touch of black. So, 2019 is approaching. And I'm wondering what the next year will be like. I have no idea. I have good hopes that it's going to be a good year. Oh. But you never know, of course. So, look at that. The sun is hitting the paper. But let's see if I can put everything in the sunshine. So let's add a little more shadow. It feels like I'm going to catch a cold, or, well, I think I already did. I'm sneezing a little bit. But I hope I will be in time pressing the pause button before the sneeze happens. Otherwise you will be witnessing a terrible sneeze. Here's the black pencil. And let's pick up a green pencil, chromium green opaque. The tip of the pencil is still quite sharp, but I'm going to sharpen it because I want to be very precise here. I'm going to make those veins here thinner. And the sharper the pencil, the better that goes. I was wondering how long, if you are in a country where there is Christmas holidays, how long do those holidays, how many days are they? Because I believe that varies from country to country. Here we have holidays for 2 weeks. yeah, it's really 2 weeks, and then I always hope for a quiet day, and that hardly ever happens because we in the Christmas holidays, for some reason, always are the holidays where you visit family, you go out with friends, do nice things. So cocooning, that's what I would love to do. Have a winter sleep, hibernation. But instead, it's going to be 2 weeks of family and friends, and that's good too. That's wonderful too. I already planned at least one day in the forest. Then my brother and his family is coming over from Germany, so I'm sure we will have a couple of very, very nice days. Gezellig. Gezellige days. And we will have friends over for dinner. As you can see, just take it slow. Enjoy every pencil stroke. Enjoy the happy accidents that occur. I see them happening over and over again. I love that, happy accidents. And here I have dark green. Dark green by Prismacolor. If you don't have Prismacolor pencils, don't worry. Pick another dark green. For example, pine green from the Polychromos. It's a little more, there's a little more blue in it, I think, but it's okay. Just keep a light touch. Don't overdo things. I think it's about, I think I should take a break. But, and then take some pictures, have a break, go outside. And then come back to the drawing and see what needs to be done. Last night I started sketching the most difficult painting I have started on so far. The cloisters from Gloucester Cathedral. Goodness gracious. What did I start? I started sketching last night and I thought, oh my dear goodness, I'm not sure I will be able to pull this off. But then again, I've thought that so many times. I've had that thought so often. And most of the times that thought is not true. So I will go for it. It's scary. It's a scary project, but if I succeed, then I have learned so much more. And if I don't succeed, I've learned a lot too. Earth green yellowish, a lighter tone. Do you see the magic happening here? I can see magic happening right now. Wow. Wow, look at that. In bright sunshine. Here, let's put a pencil next to it and let's make a picture. Ah, there it is. Well, time for a break. I think I roughly have half an hour left before the sun sets. I think even less. But I must color. I must do it. I love it so much. So here I have chromium green opaque. Just continue the joy. I just went on a search for the potential wasp nest, you know. I found 3 wasps here in the Passion for Pencil headquarters, and I just checked a couple of areas where there could potentially be a wasp's nest. So far I haven't found it, so that's good news, and I didn't find more dead wasps, so that's good news. I went out, did my groceries, and I was planning on going out in a couple of hours again because I want to see that comet. But there are clouds coming. Prismacolor, vert foncé, beautiful. French is so beautiful. No, the comet is on the in the eastern sky, so I have to look to the eastern sky, to the east, and the clouds are now coming from the east. And there's another problem, that comet will be low on the horizon. And if I look outside here, there are trees and houses blocking my view of the eastern horizon. So I could give it a try from the balcony, but then still I fear it's not high enough, that the view will not be good enough. But anyway, I could try that. Drawing and painting is such a nice hobby. I can highly recommend it. I tried to get my husband to start doing it, but he thinks it's not for him at all. So tonight I will tell him that Winston Churchill used to paint. Maybe that will convince him that it's good for him. It's really helping when you're stressed out or something else, or you just want to relax. It's just really very calming. Well, we know that, but it would be good if more people would know that and do some painting or drawing or whatever. Okay, I'll go back to this one, the dark green. What happens? Small circles. I'm changing to dark sap green by Luminance. It's slightly cooler tone than the dark green by Prismacolor. I don't know if you can see it, but the Luminance, it covers better than the Prismacolor. The pigment in the Luminance is so strong. It's an absolutely magnificent pencil. I don't know whose quote it is, but I've heard I saw a quote somewhere that stated that when we are a child, we are all artists. But then when we become adults, we forget that we are artists. I think the quote is slightly different, but I found that very interesting. My nieces and nephews, they all like being creative. And it's true, you can see that the older they get, it seems, different things become important to them. That's obvious. One of the great hypes right now here in Europe is for kids it's called Nerf gun. It's a plastic gun with ammunition made of foam, plastic foam ammunition, and the kids absolutely love it. All my nephews are addicted to it. In Germany, my two nephews, they organize a Nerfschlacht. That's German for Nerf battle, together with the kids from the neighborhood and the friends and I have the eldest nephew. He loves it too, and actually I like it too. And one of my nephews, he's 5 years old right now. But when this happened, I think he had to turn 5. He was 4. A couple of friends from the neighborhood, so all young kids, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 6-year-old, they found each other in the playground and they started a Nerf battle. And when my nephew came home, he was very enthusiastic. Here I have chromium green opaque. And he enthusiastically told his parents that he was now a member of a real Nerf club. And these little children, they had come up with a name for this club. And if you don't want to hear bad words, then you have to stick your fingers in your ears right now. Because those kids had come up with the name for the club, and it was fucking gun. Can you imagine? You're 4 years old, you have no idea what it means, and you come home. Mommy, we have a Nerf club, and this is our name. So my sister and brother-in-law, they had, here, dark green. They found it very amusing, but they helped the children to come up with with another name. I can't remember what that was, but anyway. I found it very amusing. So that's the hype right now here. Not only in the Netherlands, it's in Germany too. Yeah, maybe elsewhere in the world also, I don't know. Nerf guns. My eldest nephew, he asked for another Nerf gun. You can never have enough Nerf guns. But I thought, well, the boy loves to be creative, although not so much drawing and painting, but he loves to build. So I went Googling and I found a, this is earth green yellowish, by the way. I found a company, U-Gears, that makes, yeah, now it's difficult because I don't know the English words. They sell stuff made from plywood, but you have to assemble it yourself, and it's all working. And they also had a gun that would shoot little elastic bands. So we bought that for my nephew, and well, he liked it a lot. So he spent hours assembling that gun. Look at those leaves, very nice. And then when the gun was ready to use, he could shoot the elastic bands. And that company, U-Gears, they have great stuff. They have some sort of clock, a clockwork mechanism that really works. They have a beautiful safe, completely made out of wood, with a, oh dear, don't know the English name. cijferslot. And if you know the movie Da Vinci Code, then you know in that movie there is a cryptex. It's some sort of safe. Let's see, I'm going for this one, dark sap green. No, 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 don't make the mistake. Don't do it. This one, chromium green opaque. I wanted to pick that dark sap green, but that would be not the right moment. No. I have to take that color later in the process, not now. So they sell cryptexes and some sort of clocks, a safe. They also have a train, a locomotive, I believe. So nice. It's getting darker and darker right now, but I'll try to color as long as possible. So yeah, Ugears, Ugears. It's a Ukrainian company, and I think what they are doing is just great. It's just beautiful stuff and creative. Here I have earth green yellowish. When you use colored pencil, it's really worthwhile to layer, to take time to layer, because somewhere in the process of layering, after 4, 5, 6 layers, the magic starts to happen. I don't know what exactly happens, but then things start to work together, and then it looks like there's a light coming from the colors. It's just so, it's like over here. I hope you can see that. This leaf, this here, absolutely glorious. And I can only get this effect when I take time for the layering. So I do, I take all the time that I need for that process. Now the sun has disappeared right now. It's getting darker and darker. And let's get this one out, dark green, Prismacolor. Very light touch. I don't want the Prismacolor to seal the paper. I want to be able to add more colors. Yeah. Earth green yellowish, Polychromos, and then I really have to stop. It's sad to say, but it's getting too dark. And the camera picks up quite well, but it's hard to, it's not good. There's not enough light. No. I really, really like it. Well, I need to continue tomorrow. So, time to quit. Bye bye.